I was kind of hoping maybe the interactive sculpture would bring... Good lord, I still can't remember his friggin' name. I still want to call him Andrew, but that's Gino Andrews. Arthur! Arthur, there we go. We can get Arthur. So somewhere else we can go from here. Doesn't look like it. I imagine exactly the same thing is going to happen. Navigation is disabled. And it doesn't matter what I do here. Let's take the sword, because the sword has the crystal, that's kind of important. And maybe we can use it to defend ourselves. Richard the First's sword. Yeah, look at that thing. Shiny. Oh no, this thing does it too. Oh no. Oh, that's even worse than the goop. Sorry. Back up. Unless I can use one of the items to free the others. Okay then. Apparently I can use Richard the First's sword to break these... So if Richard the First's sword works, why doesn't the hammer work? Eh? Eh? Fine. Yeah, now we've got access to the cheese girl.
Cheese girl!
Brilliant. It's just a shame we can't take it with us. Well, alright, that somewhat explains what we're supposed to do here. We need to get everything back. Isn't the water going to basically destroy the Venetian Codex Atlanticus? All the way down. And for the ultimate Wayback Machine. Ah, sorry guys, the love of Gino cannot be spread to you this day. So sorry for you. Okay, that has to be it. 83 final gathered. Set course. Return. Engage. Make it so. Through the Stargate. Go ahead, do your zoom. Do your worst. Alright, now this time, surely this time, we will not be pinned here eternally. Unless there was something else in that room. I mean, I have all of the stuff. I have the cartridge, I have the lexicon, I have the orb, I have the sword, I have the puzzle box. Well, was my navigation actually disabled, or was I allowed to turn? Yes, my navigation is disabled. Okay, so can I use one of those items here? Can I use the sword to fight the Kryn? I mean, that doesn't seem very peaceful to me. Can I use... I mean, this game isn't really about fighting. You'd think that if they're going to come this way, then they'd come this way and badger off. I don't have anything that can generate an 11 kilohertz signal that would cause them to be like, oh, I'm going over here now. What about... How about the... Yeah, we could use the poison from the box and just stab them. And again. From there, we go forward twice, so we are at the junction. So I don't see why we're not allowed to turn left and just get the frack out of there. I guess we need to check the chamber again. Maybe there's a way that we can lure them here. Not quite sure how. But let's take another careful look around. Maybe there's an alarm I can set off. Though if there was an alarm, I would imagine it's probably going off already, considering the explosion, you know, the break-in. You'd think that this, of all things, would be somewhat... What? Cool. It won't let me pick up another one. Okay, that's just a bug. It's fine. Oh hey, it's not doing that thing anymore. That's nice. That's fine. As long as I actually have my items, I will not... I will not dwell on it too much. Well, I don't immediately see anything new, exciting, or tasty. Maybe I can sabotage their network. Okay, so this is this point. So we surge forward to the next point. And then one more forward takes us back to our junction. Is there anything that we can do here to turn this thing off? Perhaps a different item. This burned out core must have a purpose. Warning, generator core will interfere with transport beams if not stored in your null-time pocket. Interesting. Cool. So we probably will need to use this to add, you know, at the transporters to do something. And again. I need to go to the toilet. I should be back in just a moment. Alright. So, here are the facts. We have no jump chip. We have no AI. But we do have all of the components that we require to, you know, prevent any of this from going too badly. For whatever reason, we can't just turn left and get out of here. Cloaking doesn't make any difference. It still somewhat feels like it's there just to prevent you from leaving before you've done everything you're supposed to. I don't really want to have another half-an-hour episode of me trying to solve a single puzzle. Zooms in. We zoom back. Navigation is disabled. We can't click that. There is nothing on the screen. Don't see any use here from our items. Says that we've got 19 out of 20 puzzles solved. So, is this the final puzzle? Was I supposed to... No, because they wouldn't bother having the transporter be able to take you back to the previous place. If you were supposed to get your jump chip in the lab. I'll take another look around. Though, of course, if you were able to just jump back in time, then you'd be able to... No, that would make sense, because if you could just jump anywhere... Let's go back here. Just for the sake of argument. Let's grab that burned out core. No, I don't think this has any application until later. See, I thought the final puzzle would be here, with regards to whatever that is. Alright, in the interests of keeping this moving, I think it's time to defer to UHS hints again. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, what should I do once I've recovered the evidence? You'll want to share your findings with everyone else. Yep. Only one way off, true. Go back to the transporter room. I'm trying. Along the way, you should be stopped at one of the doors in the fork in the tunnel. Yep. You're going to have to look for a way to keep the Kryn at the end of the tunnel from running into you. Yeah. Well, cloaking seemed to work last time. Cloaking isn't going to work. The Kryn's path will go right through you, and it'll be able to feel you, even if it can't see you. Then why not have a death sequence where the Kryn runs into you? That seems like a bit of an oversight to tell you that the cloak won't work this time. Okay, so we know that the Kryn are sensitive to light. We know that the Kryn are sensitive to audio, particular audio waves that they see by radiation, but the core didn't do anything. I can't immediately think of anything in our inventory that would make a difference here. No. Alright, one more hint. These tunnels operate by the touchpads at the bottom of the tunnel. You press a similar... Yeah, we've done that. Okay, so I was actually thinking along the right lines then. So let's see if we can, you know, destroy the control. I mean, I imagine they can just swim down, but I imagine it'll be Richard the First's sword again, in aversion to anything else. Swing forward. Loop to that. Swings open, zoom in. Kryn is there. Yeah. So yes, I had the right idea. See, I was going to try something like that at the end. I should have had more confidence in myself. At least in that circumstance, I'm not so... as long as I felt like I was in the right place before I had the hint, I usually feel okay with it. Okay. 84. Final. Teleport. Let's get the frack off this boat. Oh, hey, I never actually saw this view before. Uh-oh. Yep.
I believe we... No. Fine.
Uh-oh. Oh no! He's using the crane against me! Hoisted by my own petard.
So, did you find what you came for? Somehow I suspect you had. We have also found what we have searched for. You cannot imagine what the secret you carry in that suit of yours mean to my race. A means to correct the handicap that has plagued us since our patrons lifted us from the waters many centuries ago. A mixed blessing, to be taken from a universe over which you have achieved complete mastery and shown another much greater to be given the opportunity to build a bolder future. But Lynn's is my race is already there. For 15 generations, my race has been trying to catch up. You have brought us a tool with which to correct the evolutionary oversight, which left us swimming when we should have been collecting stars, with races who now call themselves our elders. We can learn much from that suit you're wearing. Transporting it off you will leave you without protection from our environment. It shames you will die.
Uh-oh. Where's that burned out core? Guess I have to do something here? Do I have to push the... That's not very nice. Okay, it's time to just leave. You know, if it's all the same.
The verdict.
We have, Your Honor. We, the jury, find Gage Blackwood innocent on all accounts.
The evidence that you gathered was instrumental in affecting your future self's release. Repeated efforts to locate Agent 3 have been unsuccessful, as no signature from an involuntary time jump has been detected by TSA chronolog scanners. After a lengthy investigation, Ambassador Icarus was found to be acting without the approval of the Kryn government and was dismissed from duty. Of course he wasn't. Nevertheless, the elder races of the symbiote have resolved to keep the Kryn under close scrutiny. But there's just one loose end remaining to be tied up. Hopefully this isn't the end screen.
Well, I have to say that even I'm impressed. I've been cleared of any wrongdoing, and the Kryn have been expelled from the symbiote tree. Now there's just one thing left to do. You can't stay here, but sending you back with knowledge of the future will cause a temporal distortion. So that leaves us with only one option. Sorry, but...
Mind wipe initiated.
Whoa. Did you ever get the feeling of deja vu?
That's it. That's the outro. Congratulations, history is safe again. Paragon Medal for Valorous Service. Of course, it'll be another 10 years before you can enjoy it. Naturally. I'm not too worried about the score this time round. The 23 hints, most of those were just to confirm what I already knew, and to hear amusing dialogue. Missed one piece of supporting evidence, and 3 pieces of research. It'll be interesting to see what those were. Is this what we have? Okay, we have some credits. Click name for more info. Okay, they're doing some very in-depth. Oh really? NEC. Huh. Poor NEC. Macromedia. Yeah. I wonder how many of these companies still exist. All talent. Hey, do you know there is? Castle Guard. Oh, as in Castle. Right, Castle Guard. Right. For some reason I was looking this as the list of people, but actually that's the actual people. No cows or harm during production. You'd hope not. Do we have... No, Gino didn't make it onto this list. Alright. Okay, and that just takes us straight back to the beginning. Well, it's a bit of an abrupt ending. It's pretty much summed up in 2 still images and then a little bit of a mind wipe FMV. My thoughts on Buried in Time? Well, thinking about it, I'm pretty happy with how the entire game went, with the exception of the door in the tapestry thing. I think that was the only bit of moon logic I didn't get my hands on. Everything else was either down... I mean, the problem I have with the you can look in every direction, up and down, is you have to look in too many different directions, and 9 out of 10 times it's completely pointless. There's nothing there to see, and you get out of the habit of being thorough about checking every single direction. It's not quite as logical as, say, in Riven, where you have the door and you have to close the door to find a different passageway. That's one of those, oh, why didn't I think of that moment? But in this case, you got, what, assume you can point 4 directions, 12, 16? 16 different ways you have to look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, no, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. Maths. Maths is hard. 12 different directions you have to look in, assuming 4 different directions. It's quite interesting to see a game, because this game was made before Pegasus Prime, and having played Pegasus Prime before this one, it's interesting to see where they improved Pegasus Prime based on this game. It could be interesting to play the original Journeyman Project, either the original or Turbo version, just for wow, words are really difficult today. Just to see what it is like originally. The story and the puzzles and what have you are all good. I'm pretty happy with how everything panned out. I felt like it was a bit of a shame that they took away Arthur, because him, I had one of my commenters said that he's pretty much our only internal voice in the game, which means that he gives us insight. I mean, his comments give us insight into the world that we would not naturally come to because we don't live in that world. So it was a shame that he did not exist a long time for the beginning, though half of that is my own inability to find waypoints. And half of that is he was taken away from us and dumped out in time somewhere. It'll be interesting to see how they get him back for the third game. Assuming he is in the third game. However, that is Buried in Time. Good game. I enjoyed it. Hopefully the last handful of videos haven't been too frustrating for you all, because, let's face it, I didn't get very far in the last couple hours of gameplay. It really, it really bogged down at the end there. I'll be putting out a bonus video where I'll be showing you everything that I drew in my little book, as usual, as well as a look into where I missed points and evidence. The next game coming up will likely be Journeyman 3 Legacy of Time. However, I am aware that I do have to get back to Diablo 2 to finish Lord of Destruction, and I do need to go back and do the expansion pack to the original Unreal. And I have been doing a lot of point-and-click adventures, and the last 2 LPs were just these. So I'm thinking I might do that, just to change the pace up just a little bit. But until then, I'm Raven, and that's all from the lair.